Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are returning, thank you very much for coming back. For those of you who are new, hi and welcome. My name's Amy. I have a cup of tea. I don't know whether you've got one while you're going to watch this. I quite like to have a brew or something when I'm watching YouTube videos. This is a charity shop. It's Tesco quite recently. It just said spring and I quite fancied a new mug, so I picked this up. So I'm just going to pop this down and we will get started. So for those of you who are returning, I'm very sorry it's been a while since my last one. A couple of different reasons. I'm lucky enough to work part-time, but recently I've had to do a few extra days. Then we've had half term, and then last week sadly me and my sister and my dad went to the vets and we had to say goodbye to our dog of 14 years. So if I seem a little bit off, that's why. It's sad, isn't it? I don't know if any of you guys have pets, but dogs, most animals, they just have their own little characters, and they just, even though I obviously didn't live at home with my dad anymore, obviously every time we were there she'd get excited, like when I came to visit, and yeah, it's a bit of an adjustment. It's one of those things. It's sad. Right, what do I have for you? I have my first Emma Bridgewater find in a charity shop. I have some books, two things of gifts. For those of you new, I have a 9-year-old son, so some reading books for him and two things that he found that I'm going to share. And then I have an item of clothing to my left of me here from eBay that I want to share. So like I did in my previous video, I'm going to do the couple of children's things very quickly first. So if you're here from my last one, we have another car. This one was 75p from Acorns, and it does make me think of a giraffe with the colourings. Just a nice little car, it's lovely condition still, so he's very happy, and that is adding to our ever-growing collection of vehicles. Next up, he, like many of his generation, are very into these fidget toys, and he was very happy when he spotted this for new. It's these magnetic rings that you can do tricks with. I think he said that was 50p. He was very happy with that. Next we have, so moving on to books now, we have one of the Funny Bones books, the Pet Shop one, just a mini one. This was 50p. I don't know how much it should have been because it just says not for resale. So I don't know whether it was part of a set or something, or I don't know, was it a free gift with something, or it is very similar to the Happy Meal books that you get size. So I'm not too sure. It doesn't say Happy Meal anywhere in it or McDonald's, so I'm not too sure. But this is actually for Easter, which you're probably thinking, Funny Bones Easter, wouldn't it be more for Halloween? But I know people do things differently. So I don't do like an Easter basket. I do like a little mini Easter hunt, which has some chocolates in the garden, like hidden in plants and plant pots and all sorts of things like that. And then just some other little bits like this, or like sunglasses, if like he's broke or lost last year's, a new cap, t-shirt or something, because obviously children are always growing, maybe some swimming shorts as the weather's changing, and then like an outdoor toy. So last year I got a Skittles set from Asda. I think that was about £10. That's at my dad's, so that my son and then my niece, they can play something to play there. What we had in the past, a collapsible goal. He had a football that counts, like when he's doing like his kick-ups, it counts how many he's done in a row. So I keep a box in my wardrobe for little bits like this that I find for like Easter, Halloween. We tend to go away for Halloween, so and we do it with my dad, my sister, my niece. And so for last year I did it where we got there on, we get there on the Saturday, so when they came down on the Sunday morning, I'd laid out some like little Halloween, they had a new Halloween story each. There was some pyjamas, some chocolate, and just little bits like that. So nothing too overboard. I mean, if people want to go overboard, you know, that's up to them, everyone's different. This is just how I do it. So I have a box where I keep things in that I find, so that's that. Conscious try not to ramble too much. Talking of Happy Meals, this is one of the Happy Meal books. This is one of the Tom Fletcher ones. So we don't have McDonald's often enough that when they do these books that we manage to get them all. I'm not sure whether you can go in and just buy a book, or they give you a book. I'm not sure, maybe I need to look into that. This was 75p. I think we've got two of the other ones that they did. I don't know whether it tells you anywhere inside what other books it did with them. Can't find anything. But yeah, it's just like a nice little storybook. He's enjoyed reading the others. So, like I said, for those of you who are from the other video, for those of you new, he's not a big avid reader. So if I do find something that I know he's going to be interested in, I know there's more chance of him reading it. That's that one. And then the last reading book for him is Harper and the Sea of Secrets. He has one of these books with this character already that is enjoying the umbrella. It's magical, and basically there's different like mysteries and things that she has to solve. I think this was about £1, and it was actually, because it was World Book Day, wasn't it, last week? This was a World Book Day book from 2016. So like the children get like a token, and if they find a book with this on, with different retailers, they can go in and they get that book for £1. And then, so I mentioned that little box that I keep in my wardrobe of different things. These are in there at the moment. I picked these up. I think these were part of, quite often you'll find there'll be a little basket. It'll be like 3 books for £1, especially with the children. And they were in there. Quite often there are activity books. And these are little just doodling books for when you're away. So you've got here colouring, and you can doodle on them. This one says, add cars, trucks and vans to the town. And what have we got in this one? So you've got like to do some more trees. This looks quite nice to colour in. So there's no like code or anything on the back, and there was, but I think I've seen these. I think they come in like a box, and there was probably others with stickers and things in, but I'm guessing whoever donated had used those or partly used them and just donated the 2 that didn't use. But I like these because when we go on holiday, I like to keep them in my bag with a little pencil case, just so that he has something to do, like when we're waiting for food, or it, you know, if there's an outdoor play area, we'll go and play. But this is England, and the weather, it does like to rain, doesn't it? So it's just something to do. It's handy to keep in my bag rather than, like sometimes he will go on our phones, but rather than always having to resort to that, we have those. On to my first gift, we have the Hiccupy Dragon. So this is one of the Jellycat books. I don't know if you've heard of those. They do teddies as well, so there'll be an actual dragon, which I am going to get to go with the book. And it's this nice hardcover book. Nice little dragon who's got the hiccups, who that sounds like it'd be rather dangerous, wouldn't it? And just how they try and help him get rid of his hiccups. Nice pictures, lovely little story, and that was 49p. Doesn't have a retail price on here anywhere or inside, but I have seen them in the shops, varying prices depending on what shop you're in and also what area you're in. So I've seen them range from like £9 up until like £12.99. That was a nice find for 49p. And like when you look here, you can just see it's in really nice condition still. And people do know, so when I say these are gifts, people do know I shop in charity shops, and they're all very happy with that. I think as long as people know, then, you know, as long as you tell them, it's fine. What do we have here? We have, losing my words here, see, I did say I'm not quite with it. This is a gift from my dad, but I'm not sure anymore after what happened last week. So I picked this up a good few weeks ago now. I'd forgot about it because I've had this when I did my last charity shop video, and then I came across it. So it's Monty Don, it's Nigel, my family and other dogs. So as you don't know, Monty Don is on Gardener's World, and you might have seen it advertised, but he's always had dogs. So it's just a story about dogs that he's had, and I think probably goes into bits about his gardening as well. And there are some nice pictures. Now unfortunately Nigel left. he went on to what do they call it now, the Rainbow Bridge for doggies. He went there sadly. So that's what I don't know whether it's a good idea with, as my dad does like Gardener's World, so he knows about Nigel and then losing our own dog. And so yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to still give this. I'll probably gauge, because obviously Father's Day is not till June, so I'll probably wait and see gauge how he is, or I might just ask him. So this was 99p instead of, are you ready for this? The page. if you can see, because it's very small down there. £20. Then what I liked on these books as well, so I can't, you know when something just completely goes out of your head, her name was completely gone. But there is a lady I like to watch, and she does charity shop videos as well, and like DIY and all sorts. She likes to get the cooking ones where you can remove these covers. Because these, it's up to everybody's individual taste. Some people like them, some don't like those covers. But it's quite nice like that. Obviously if you had shelves or on here and I had other books with some nice bookends or something, might look quite nice. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Might be going back to the charity shop. I might pass it on to somebody else, or I might even read it myself. Not too sure yet, but that will be going back into my wardrobe and I will gauge closer to June. 2 more books to go. You've probably already guessed from my accent that I'm very much from the Black Country. So this is Rowley Regis, A History of, which is like my sort of like area postal code. If I can go to, so this was £2 instead of $15.99. Contents, so we have earliest times, medieval Rowley, Tudors and Stuarts, the Elizabethan century, beginnings of the Industrial Revolution, heavy industry, nail and chain making, which this area is quite well known for. And then the town that I'm originally from is called Netherton, and that's, was it Hinleys? I want to say Hinleys. It's where they made the anchor for the Titanic. But yeah, so things like chains, nails and bricks were all very much made around here. I'm not too far from the Black Country Museum, but I just thought when my son is doing, say, the Tudors at school, it might be nice to just have a little look and make it a little bit more relatable, if he can see what it was like where he lived a little bit, and then obviously like we can then jump on to the laptop if we need to be. But again, it's got one of those covers, and it does look quite nice. Don't know whether these would go that well together because they are like quite different colours. But no, they do look quite pretty, and I do see why people, so like some people won't always read them, like they do like them. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Decorative? I'm going to go with decorative in the home somewhere. And my last book is a cooking book for myself. This is Jamie Oliver's 5 Ingredients Quick and Easy Food as Seen on Channel 4. Now I did watch it. I don't think I watched every episode. Didn't like watch it religiously, but I did watch, and I did do one of its recipes, and I ummed and ahed about getting the book, but they're just so expensive, aren't they? So this was originally £26 and I had it from Acorns for £2. So it's split into different sections, like here you've got lamb. So you can do this quickly-ish without, luckily there's nice green colour. You've got pork, so probably not for a vegetarian or vegan. If I can quickly find the chicken, I will show you the recipe that I did do. Not since I've had the book, but when I watched it on the telly. Here we go. It is roast tikka chicken. So they're quite simple. There's not like loads on a page. You've got your 5 ingredients, which lists there and how much, and then just prep, and then how long in the oven, or any other bits that you need to do. So this one was in an oven-proof tray / dish, your potatoes, your cauliflower, and then 2 tablespoons of your tikka paste over your chicken, and then put like a rack on top of your tray, and then your chicken on top so the juices fall down. I did add onion into the tray as well, and we had this with naan breads, and it was really nice. So I'm going to go through it at some point with a cup of tea and things, and see if there are any other recipes. What we got here, messy meatball buns, and just see if there are any others that take my fancy. If I find I'm not really using it, I'll probably just note down the recipes that I do want, and then I'm probably not the only person who do this. I will then, for £2, you know, if I don't find I'm using it, I will donate it back rather than it taking up unnecessary space, or pass it on to somebody else if they want it. Now I am going to say the C word here, that being the Christmas one. Christmas cards. Most charity shops, don't they? Especially not the independent ones, but I suppose they're a chain, aren't they? Like Acorns, Age UK, do their own cards. This is Compton Care, which is it says Compton Hall, Wolverhampton. So I'm assuming it is like a respite home maybe, or for children or teenagers or adults, or maybe it's like palliative care, I'm not too sure, but it'll be along those lines. I just really liked this design. They caught my eye. They were reduced, because you can find lots of cards, can't you, at this time of year when charity shops do them like this, reduced. There's 10 cards in here. They're 100% recyclable. And yeah, I don't give out loads of cards, but I do like to have some in, especially if I get a card, then I like to give a card back. I know cards are changing, like it used to be a thing where everyone sent Christmas cards, you sent them to every neighbour on your street, but I know as the years gone on, people are like donating to charity and things like that, but I do like to keep some in. And yeah, like I said, I liked them. There's 10 in here, so nice and handy. And if you're looking, obviously keep your eye out. And it's one of those things with charity shops, if you see something, you have to get it when you see it. One more thing, and then we're on to Emma Bridgewater. So this, I'm guessing, was a coffee jar at one point. It definitely seems like it was a coffee jar. Now there are two prices on here. So £1 and 59p. So have a little guess on what you think I actually paid. So what is it for? So I use gravy granules, but I also like to use the gravy powder, Bistow's gravy powder. I'm not too sure if there are other brands who do. It's what my mum used, and then it's what her mum used, my nan used. So it's what I use. It took me a while to get it right. It was hit and miss each time. Sometimes it was too runny, sometimes it was too thick. Now I seem to, touch wood, have cracked doing it. But it comes in lovely and environmentally friendly, white like paper bag inside a box. So it rips, and it does end up getting out the cupboard, and you've got powder just falling out onto your work surfaces. It just makes a bit of a mess. So I've been on the lookout for one. I did want one, you know, where it's got the, like I said, I'm struggling with words. You know, it's the hinged one. You'll know what I mean. But I did find a couple, but they were really big, and the gravy box, it's not that big. Can't remember how big, but it's not huge, so they were going to take up loads of room. So I found this one, and I paid 59p. So if I do find one that I prefer, then I'll get that one, and then I'll just donate this one back. Next, my Emma Bridgewater. It's the children's Emma Bridgewater. I'm not too sure if they still do this, because I'm not an avid Emma Bridgewater. It is the Men at Work. I do love how, I'll put that down because I know me, I'm going to drop it, aren't I? When they have like the little bits at the bottom. It's just a lot of detail really, isn't it, that goes into them. So this is the half pint, and then there's also the bowl as well. Now, for those of you who know Emma Bridgewater, the people, because they're all like hand done, aren't they? They have like the little letters on the bottom, don't they? But at least I think they're hand done. Do they hand do these ones as well? Not too sure, you know. Like I said, I'm not a massive Emma Bridgewater fan, but there is a little Z, because people like to collect by the person who's done them. Is it a Z? It's either a Z or an N. I don't actually know if that is going to show up, but this was £1.95 for the two together. And then my last and final item is my item of clothing from eBay. This was £7. It's originally H&M, and it just says spring, doesn't it? Spring and summer. Tell you what, I'm going to quickly nip behind the camera, and I will quickly take my jumper off and put this on, because I do like, when I watch it, when someone's bought clothes, even though you might not be able to find this one, it is just nice to see what they'll look like. So bear with me. But now I saw it and I was just like, oh yes, spring's not too far away. Hopefully the jumpers will be going soon. and we can get the nice tops and things out again. Obviously this isn't something you'd want to be wearing too much around too many children, being nice and white. Might be a bit brave with a 9-year-old, hadn't I? Don't know if it's going to cut me off. So here we go. So I'd wear it like with high-waisted jeans, probably not with my little top underneath, but I really liked it. I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, it just says spring, summer. So if the weather could, if you could get with the rest of us, I think most people are ready for spring, aren't we? Not massive like heat fan, but just nice weather. Get rid of the big coats and the jumpers, and nice to sit in the garden, wouldn't it, with a cup of tea and lighter evenings, and yeah, the nice tops. So thank you very much if you've got this far in my video. Again, for those of you who are back, I'm sorry it's taken a while. I am going to try and sit down before next week and work out all the content, because I don't know whether I'm going to have enough charity shop. So unless I find loads between now and next week, I won't have anything. So I might do some things that I have found over the years that I just really love and show you those. Maybe some children's books, not too sure. I'll work something out. So yes, again, thank you very much if you've got this far. Subscribe if you fancy knowing when I've uploaded another video and coming back. And I hope you've had a good day, and thank you very much. Bye.